Denise from Channel 5, here with breaking news. Azithromycin, or AZT, once hailed as the anti-HIV drug, has been discovered to be less effective than previously thought. Here with us today is Dr. House.
Pleasure to be here, Denise.
Doctor, please tell us how AZT was promised to work.
Well, for everyone here at Channel 5, AZT actually started out as an anti-cancer drug that replaces the key amino acid thymidine in the viral genome in order to block transcription.
Oh.
Let's go to my office and I'll show you the structure.
Sounds great.
Well, Denise, notice that the only difference between AZT and thymidine is that the azide group here replaces the alcohol group right here, much how I replace the stress in my life with mild alcoholism.
Okay. The structures look very similar. So how does that work to treat HIV?
Usually, the HIV virus uses reverse transcriptase to integrate its genetic code, stored in RNA, into the host's DNA. Since AZT is so similar in its structure to thymidine, reverse transcriptase can sometimes latch on to AZT instead.
So what does this do to HIV?
DNA is linked together via phosphodiester bonds. To form them, a water molecule is lost. Usually, part of the H2O comes from this alcohol group on thymidine. However, since AZT has an N3 group instead, the bond can't be formed. So, the viral DNA is never integrated into the human genome.
So for our viewers at home, can you use an analogy to explain this mechanism?
Sure, I can. Do you like IKEA furniture?
Well, I lost custody of my first child over an argument about IKEA furniture, but what does that have to do with AZT?
Well, AZT takes the place of one of the building blocks of DNA. The way AZT integrates itself into DNA is similar to trying to build a chair from IKEA if one of the legs were replaced with a tree branch. Although the branch looks similar to the legs, and you can probably attach it to the seat, the chair can't hold its weight and is no longer reliable.
So, AZT disrupts the virus from building its DNA?
Exactly. Unfortunately, HIV is pretty good at mutating its reverse transcriptase to bypass this strategy, as was discovered shortly after its discovery.
So how was AZT discovered?
It was originally synthesized by Jerome P. Holowitz. An important part of its synthesis is an SN2 reaction. Here, I'll show you. In an SN2 reaction, the nucleophilic azide group attacks the electrophilic carbon, which then pushes electrons up to form a double bond to oxygen. After this, the double bond between nitrogen and carbon breaks, and the nitrogen is protonated. After this final step, we get our final product, which is AZT. Notice, however, that because it is an SN2 reaction, the stereochemistry at this carbon is flipped. Fun fact. While most of us are wasting our life on breakfast mimosas and regrets, Holowitz originally created AZT as a cancer drug.
So why isn't it used to treat cancer today?
It failed trials with mice, but later scientists tested it during the AIDS crisis, and the drug was so successful and it was fast-tracked through human trials in only 16 weeks.
So what's the cost of treatment?
In that time, around $8,000 per year. But at today's inflation rates, it's about $17,000.
Inflation's ridiculous. Is that why AZT is no longer used for treatment?
AZT is actually still used today. We use it as part of a cocktail of several drugs in various concentrations. These other drugs are used to help manage discomfort caused by the side effects of AZT. However, AZT isn't the miracle drug we once thought it was. It turns out that the HIV virus is pretty good at mutating its reverse transcriptase to block AZT from disrupting anything.
Oh, that makes sense. Well, Dr. House, thank you so much for speaking with us today. Okay. I'm sure our viewers will appreciate this information.
Thank you. You know, I have a very low level of alcohol dehydrogenase in my system. Good luck in getting custody of your child.
Thank you.
See you, Denise.
Got it. I'm Denise from Channel 5 News, and you've heard it here first. Up next, the heroic story of a dog who saved a boy from the well. We'll be right back after this commercial break. Thanks for being on the show this week. It's been really hard to find people to come in.
I mean, like, what happened?
Well, I lost custody of my first child, almost got fired from this job. Now I'm doing stories about dogs and wells.